Hello and welcome everybody to another episode of the Todd Bodine Busch Series Championship for 2003. Round number 6 coming to you from the Texas Motor Speedway, the O'Reilly 300 will happen today. Before we do that, quick look at the point standings. Brian Vickers leads by 117 over Matt Kenseth, 160 over Bobby Hamilton Jr. We're in 4th with Casey Kane being in 5th. Mike Wallace, my mate Ash Baker to highest place, Winston Cabriegula. Joe Nemechek in 8th, Shane Meal and Stacy Compton rounding out your top 10. Ron Hornaday Jr., who was 2nd in points for the first couple of races, drops to 11th. See how that first qualifying lap went. Round in the final corner, white flag, 28.4. Provisional pole. Once again, this could be our 3rd pole of the year if we can keep that. A little slideways there off the corner. See what we can do here. Oh, the car's pushing. It's pushing. It is an improvement. 28.1. All right.
Drivers, start your engines.
Starting this race on pole position then from Kevin Harvick, Scott Riggs, Michael Waltrip, Jamie McMurray, Casey Kane, Brian Vickers, Ash Baker, Shane Meal, and Jason Keller rounding out the top 10. Beautiful sunny day out here in Texas. As you can see, I've made some changes to the cockpit. Got a little dash sign there which says Todd Bodine. Got the car number 92 on there. It's a modified version by I think it's one of the Gaugeworks cockpit interiors. I think it was. I had it in my 2004 Nexa Cup installment of NR 2003 and just copied it and changed DEI graphics to Herzog Jackson Motorsports and the 92 car. Pontiac pace car on pit lane. We have, for the 2nd week in a row, the control over the field from pole position. Green flag. The O'Reilly 300 is green. Kevin Harvick gets a better start. ...2001 Busch Series champion. Ooh, the outside works good in the start. Pushing up the racetrack a little bit. Little wobbly there. We're going to try to defend from Scott Riggs with Harvick taking the lead. That's the 2nd week in a row. We might not... No, we definitely won't lead this lap. But we start on pole, not lead the first lap. Harvick with the race lead. And we're in 2nd with Scott Riggs. 3rd. A little bit slidey there. Alright. Settle in. Trying to hunt down the Reese's Payday Chevrolet of Kevin Harvick. Closing in on lap 7, which we are on now. I've been getting ever so slightly closer to Kevin Harvick. He's passed 5 laps or so. Oh, look at this run we got here. Almost made contact with the 21. Slightly getting pushed out wide there. I'll stay behind him for the moment here. Well, now we can build some momentum. Stay in the draft as long as possible. Harvick will lead lap 7 as well. Now we're on lap 8. To his inside we go. As we complete the pass. A little slow there through the center, but we made it. So we're going to lead lap 8 here. Hopefully many more to the end of this race. 5 bonus points in our pocket. P1. Yeah, that's what you have to do. Just keep the pace. Keep it up. We'll probably look at our 3rd win of the year in the 6th race. Hopefully, maybe. And the yellow flag is out on lap 12. Spin in turn 3. First caution of the day. We lead the race from Harvick, Scott Riggs, Brian Vickers, Jamie Murray, Matt Kenseth, Casey Kane, Ashton Lewis, Stacey Compton, and Michael Waltrip, and you can see some tire marks there. We're now on board with the cause for the first caution here. Navy number 14 Chevrolet of Casey Atwood. And he just misjudges the entry to the corner. Thinks that he has the room and is not going to make contact with the very not of Jamie Mosley. Just a misjudgment on Casey's part. And that sends both drivers in the wall, but both of them keep it going. We're pretty much going to do the race backwards now, because we originally, if it went green all the way, would have to pit around lap 20, around lap 40, and then we could go to the end in a 50-lap race here. Now what we do is we'll go in here on lap 14, then we're going to go in around lap 35, and then we can go to the end on gas. We can go with 4 tires, full tank of gas, and we had a pretty fast pit stop here. I'll take that. Now in the trial, awaiting the green flag as we're back racing. Stay in the lead here. From Brian Vickers, Matt Kenseth, and Jamie McMurray. Now we slipped up there a little bit. Kenseth now to my inside. Rocketing down there. Oh, we were sliding. We were sliding. So we lose second spot to Scott Riggs. Seems like we're trying to hold our own on the outside line here. These guys seem to have made some adjustments to their race cars. How good they are right now. We got Ashton Lewis now to my inside. Now stops. Ooh wee. Little loose there on entry. Okay. Down to third. Keep our head down. Keep going. Still got a long way to go here. I've got a battle for the lead. Scott Riggs versus Matt Kenseth. 2 Fords. They're still side by side, it looks like, from my perspective. But Kenseth had the advantage down the straightaway. Slots in ahead of the 10 car. We've come a little closer with these two guys running side by side. I'd like to see them battle a little more. I also gained a little bit on fourth there. We just ran my fastest lap, by the way. Okay. Take that. Closing on halfway, 6 laps away from halfway to be exact. Now to the inside. Scott Riggs trying to go to take the lead away from Matt Kenseth, which he does. It slows Kenseth down a little bit. He's trying to fight back. We close in on these guys. Stay slowed up there massively. We are trying to follow Scott Riggs through there to second place, dethroning the Winston Cup champion. In this universe, not the Winston Cup champion, but the man who led the Winston Cup Series in wins in 2002 and actually won here in 2002. So now at halfway, we're in second, trailing Scott Riggs. The PPC Motorsports number 10. Oh my god! I caused that caution when I spun Regan Smith into the wall there. Lap car, I just got slightly together with him into the wall. He went popped off to my side and spun, and I'm very sorry to Regan Smith and that Boston Motorsports group. We're in second with 20 laps to go. Final pit stops will happen now, I'm sure. Because if we look at the tires, we were 5-6 laps away from stops. Yeah, the right sides, they were suffering. I mean, I pretty much said everything there is to say. Poor Regan Smith. I just got into him. He bounces off of me and then spins around across the racetrack. Just slight brush with the wall there and with his nose, but still unfortunate circumstances. And then he just gets it going again, luckily. But still, sorry to that whole crew. We lost a couple of spots in pit lane there, 6 to be specific. There were some guys who took 4 tires, some who took 2. I mean, all those 7 drivers ahead of me only took 2 tires, which is interesting, because you saw my tires and they were quite worn. So it didn't even cross my mind to just go with 2 wheels, especially if we have another 20 or so laps stint ahead. I get the strategy from Scott Riggs. He wants to bring some distance between him and me. Regan Smith still in the race, 3 laps down though. But okay, we'll see how this goes. As the green flag is back out, we're racing again. Trying to clear that 22, which is very slow. Hopefully everyone can get clear him. Don't have another caution here. So these 2 guys, 17 to go, we're at right now. Woo! Slowing down there! Does Tony Raines. Well, I couldn't avoid that. They're all coming into pit lane now. What? Why take the green flag when you could have pitted under caution? Fuck. I'm sorry. No, that wasn't a bad move. Tony Raines just... I'm braking. I'm slamming on the brakes, coming into a corner at 200 miles an hour. I was lucky I didn't get spun into the wall there. On board with me now, and what's even worse with these guys is they were in pit lane just 3 laps ago, and then did they have just their in-turn? As a crew chief, and like, oh well, we can't make it in fuel, or our tires are gonna blow up. We didn't know that. I mean, that's just stupid. I mean, come on, that's just... Nobody gained anything of that. The only thing someone's gained is wrecked race cars, which we're gonna have a look at now. Just gonna focus on Bobby Hamilton here, and just as it was last time out in Bristol, poetry in motion. Just 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cars involved in that. As half the field tries to come down to pit lane, and the other half is just wrecked now. For no reason, because the teams who were ahead of me just had their intern on pit lane who didn't understand how tire and tire wear works. Pace cars off. We're the race leader. For 12 more laps, we'll hopefully go racing. That will go green all the way. Which is now flying top the flag stand. Trying to get more creative with the green flag is back out announcements. If you have any recommendations, let me know in the comments down below. I'll take them. We have now to defend from Mike Bliss. In the Joe Gibbs Racing Rockwell Automation Chevrolet. who gets into me and wrecks me. And another caution is out, and that will probably spell the end of the race for us. Oh my god, I just see lots of cars involved in that one. Oh my lord. Okay, Bliss just flat ran me over. Wow. Wow. First look at my spin, and Mike Bliss just turns in a little too hard. That puts us both into the wall. And he slides down the racetrack and causes a bigger, huge mess, which we'll have a look at right at the bottom of our screen. Gonna examine that further, but that's our race done. You can see our cars mangled up, smoking. And this time from onboard, pole sitter Brian Vickers. I mean, Mike Bliss just continues to turn down and pushes him into Ash Baker, who is already on the apron. Then everyone just pile drives into these two guys who were just parked there pretty much. And you can see lots of cars involved there. The 49, Derek Cope, Mike Harmon is involved, Morgan Shepherd, Joe Nemechek there, the 87. And now once again, this time focused on the 34 of Ash Baker. He tries to avoid it, but just gets collected by a stupid Mike Bliss, who flips. Morgan Shepherd on his side. Corey Gibbs involved. Ashton Lewis leaves the scene there, smoking just tons of good race cars. Wiped out, just a silly mistake there. Bringing our stricken number 92 down to pit lane. As long as we finish this race, it's a good result then. Oh, dang, I mean, what was Bliss? I mean, I haven't had a look at the replay yet. All I know is he ran me over.
Got penalized, right? Yeah, tip fourth. Bring it in and pit. Bring it in and pit. Need to make sure our car's right. Take our time. I don't want anybody to get hurt. Ryan, what do you see?
And that's the race done for us.
Left side truck arm is bent. The braces, that big V brace is all bent.
Can't fix the damage.
Radiator busted. Crazy. How bad does it look from up there? Can you tell? From the streak of oil, it looks like oil up there on the racetrack. Dude, it's ugly. Get it fixed up as best we can and put it in the truck, guys.
That's our race done. Thank you, Mike Bliss. We're now live at the Speedway as Scott Wimmer, with 2.5 laps to go, goes for the race lead and trying to win the one that slipped away from him at Vegas. Coming to the, not to the white flag, 2 laps to go. Scott Wimmer is the race leader. Took it away from Jason Keller. He's just got to complete now 6 more corners. Has Jason Keller anything left for him? I reacted is now live. It's not a replay, it's live. That's why my face is in there. And we can see the 23 car. It's about 1, 2, 3 car lengths maybe ahead of Keller. White flag is out. One more time around the Texas Motor Speedway. And Scott Wimmer is pulling away for Bill Davis Racing in the 23 Chevrolet. I don't think Keller has anything left for him. Kevin Harvick goes to 3rd place on Johnny Sauter there. And Scott Wimmer, with now about 10 car lengths ahead of the 57 of Jason Keller, rounds the final corner to win the O'Reilly 300 first win for Wimmer this season. And Jason Keller comes home 2nd, Kevin Harvick 3rd, and Johnny Sauter 4th. That's the car, the winning race car after this race, Scott Wimmer. We dropped to 6th in the standings. We're off 34th DNF, 34th place DNF. 227 now behind Brian Vickers, who claws back to a 19th place. Matt Kenseth, 2nd in points. Mike Wallace 3rd. Jason Keller is in 4th. Casey Kane. Then it's us, obviously. Bobby Hamilton Jr., Stacey Compton, Shane Meal, and Scott Wimmer breaks into the top 10 in points. And the top 10 race results, by the way, after from 5th down to 10th. Stanton Barrett gets a 5th place. Scott Riggs, Mike Wallace, Damon Lusk, Casey Mears, and Jamie McMurray. And the next race will be out at Talladega, the last one before the Winston Cup guys will say their goodbyes for at least 1 week. The Aaron's 312 is up next. Hope this goes better for us. Could have had at least a top 5 finish here today, but wasn't meant to be, so keep our head down, keep looking forward, and yeah, see y'all next time. If you enjoyed this one, leave a like, subscribe. See y'all next time. Goodbye.